What up? This is Ash.
And today we're gonna do how we met, how we started dating.
Dating?
Are we not dating?
What? We in a whole relationship.
Girl, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Anyway, I think how we should do it is I tell my part, you tell your part.
Okay. I think they kind of like the same, but I'm cool with that. Go ahead.
I guess I thought about being with a female. Also, this is the first female I've been with, so. Girl. Anyways, I think I probably did have thoughts, but it was never like a genuine, like, oh, I'm gonna be with a female, I'm gonna marry a female. Because now we a lot. But anyway, so, I was moved to Sussex or whatever, and that's when I first really started like actually paying attention to her, because her demeanor, like the way she carried herself now, even then, but like when I first started seeing her, like she carried herself differently. It wasn't like, a cocky type of, it was just her, like she just, like she owned the place, like she knows she bad, but it wasn't like a cocky type of thing. It was kind of like, you know who she is when she walk in the room or whatever. So I used to watch her. I used to have this friend, I'm not gonna say his name, but I had this friend, and we used to talk about her all the time. It was just like, whatever. But I had a boyfriend at the time, but we ain't gonna talk about that. I had a boyfriend at the time, so it was never like, oh no, I didn't think like I would actually be with her, but I thought she was cute. So we would talk about her a lot. But then my grandmother died in June, and she hit me up.
You ain't hit like that. I didn't hit you up. I did not hit her up to try to like, I don't even know, like to slide in her DMs and nothing like that. I just hit her up because I hadn't seen her at work, and I was asking everybody where she was at, if she was good. When I found out what was going on, like I just hit her up, told her, if you needed somebody to talk to or whatever, I was there, because we did, get to a point where we actually were communicating with each other at work. So I felt like as a friend, I let her know if she needed somebody, I would be there for her. She took it like,
no, I didn't. Don't even do that. Don't do that, sir. All I did, don't do that. She hit me up or whatever. Honestly, I really wasn't even thinking like, oh, whatever, I want to be with her, nothing, until just because she hit me up. Like, I really wasn't thinking that until maybe like August. This was June. In June, my grandmother had died, so it wasn't really like, oh, like a relationship, because I was already in a relationship anyway. She was probably like the only, well, she wasn't the only person, but it really just stood out to me that she messaged me outside of work to check on me. It meant a lot to me. But fast forward, I think we just started communicating more. We would hug at work. We started hugging after that. After you hit me up, after that we started hugging more. We started like, communicating more. Just a whole lot of basically. But it was never on a like, oh, like I want to be, well, I knew I liked it. Like August, my boyfriend at the time, he broke up with me, and I was hurt. Like, honestly, y'all, I don't even know why I was so hurt, to be quite honest with you. But anyway, I was hurt, y'all. I was hurt. Like, I was coming to work, I was hurt. I had a best friend at the time who actually worked with us as well. I was hurt. Like,
coming to work crying.
I ain't cry at work. I was ready to cry, but I didn't cry.
Man,
I didn't cry.
That's the second time that I hit you up outside of work, was because I was getting off a shift. You had just got on or whatever. Everybody had left out of the office to go like to their post to do stuff, and you were sitting by yourself at the computer, and I'm like, "You good?" And I seen you like tearing up. So I'm like, "You okay? Like, you sure?"
You know how people do, like...
Yeah, they be alright until you ask them. I mean, yeah, I get it, but I'm just saying, you still was at work like that, so...
Yeah, I was hurt, no cap. I was hurt. But honestly, like, I don't know, but I was hurt. She hit me up, whatever, she, well, she didn't hit me up, she asked me, was I okay at work? I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever, I was about to cry and stuff like that. After that, you know, I was hurt, but I was going through a like, you know, like, I don't know, I'm hurt. So I really wasn't looking for like a relationship or anything at that time, because I mean, we had just broken up, and then it was kind of like a on and off type of situation. But anyway, so we started going out like as a group, like friends and stuff. Right? That's how we started going out and stuff. And the first time we went out, we went to Buffalo Wild.
No, we went to Denny's.
Oh, no, we went to Denny's.
Yeah.
It was Denny's.
It was like a group thing though. It wasn't just like us by ourselves. But we all went as a group. Everybody was just like, oh, well, we getting off at, you know, this time, whatever. Like, if y'all stay over and do overtime, like, we'll just all go and get something to eat afterwards. So that's what we did. We all went as a group to Denny's. Like, we weren't even there that long. No, we was like there for like an hour and a half.
But I went home. It wasn't even on no, oh, I want her to notice me type shit and nothing like that. But I just lived close to the place. So I went home and I changed. I think I put on tights or something and a t-shirt and some sneakers. Everybody else they had on like
work clothes.
But I lived close and I had to use the bathroom anyway, so I went home and I just decided I'm gonna change. But I even told him that. Well, I don't want to say his name. We can call him
best friend.
Yeah, we can call him best friend. I even told him that, like, I'm just go home and change or whatever. And then I met everybody at Denny's, and okay. Anyway, at this time I was feeling her though. I was feeling her at this time. So, and my best friend knew that, and I think I don't mind speaking about Lindy up here because that's our dog. I told Lindy as well that me and Lindy had a couple of conversations about her, so he already knew how I felt about her, and he sat with us, whatever. She sat at the table, but she ended up bringing.
Oh, don't even do that, because I ain't bring nobody. Nobody. Do not do that. That is not how it went.
Yo,
it was other people. Like, they don't do that on camera. It was like 10 of us, and people was like inviting like people they wanted to invite, or they was just like, yeah, like, come slide with us, like we can go, or whatever the case may be. I did not personally invite anybody because, first of all, I already knew she was gonna be there. That's one. So I'm like, I'm not gonna invite anybody, and then I was really trying to talk to her or whatever, or like make a good impression like with her. So I would never invited anybody else. Like, no.
Well,
and on top of that, I didn't need nobody hanging over my shoulder, watching what I'm doing, watching where I'm going, all this and that, whatever. So don't do that, sis.
But that's your take of it. My take was, at the time, my best friend was like, oh, she bought so-and-so. He called me, he was basically like, oh, she bought so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. So it's not even that on that type of time. So in my mind, I'm like, dang, she done brought a whole nother.
Whoa!
Excuse my language. We're going to beat that out.
But look, that was her take on it. That's how she looked at it from her side. But from my side, that's not really what happened. It wasn't until after we started like dating and we was actually with each other that we actually talked about this whole situation and got the clarity of it. When she could have just asked from the beginning, she would have never thought in her head like, oh, I was messing with somebody or whatever the case may be. If she would have just asked.
But let's get there. We ain't there yet. We not at that part yet, so we still at Denny's.
We get past Denny's.
So we at Denny's, and like me and my friend Lindy, we was talking across. You know, she sat with.
No. I sat at the table with other people. So don't do that. You did not do that. I sat down first. Your group of people had already sat down, and when I came in, I just sat at the available seat. So I sat with everybody else that was behind. Okay. So don't do that.
Whatever. So anyway, so we there, whatever, blah, 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 whatever, chopping it up. We having a good time. I ended up saying something to Lindy. What I said? Did you even hear what I said?
No.
I said something like, I want a girlfriend or something like that.
Yeah, you did say that.
And I didn't expect Lindy to say it out loud. You hear that, Green? You ever First of all, that was a between me and you thing, sir. Not a let's tell her what she said. Anyway, so that happened. Then, like, me reading into things a little bit, even if it's nothing, I don't know. But, like, once I kept kind of noticing her looking at me and stuff like that, and it was just a whole lot. So I'm just, like, kind of like, okay, her girlfriend here. And that's how I took it at the time. First of all, I did think she had a girlfriend at the time. So I'm thinking like, okay, her girlfriend here, like, what's up? But like as we walking out, like she don't even walk out with her. She walked out behind us. So I'm just like, okay. But anyway, fast forward. I think after Denny's, we started even talking a little bit more like at work. We still weren't like communicating outside of work because I was under the impression that she still had a girlfriend. And I had just got out of a relationship. But I think by this time, I really didn't give a damn about this nigga no more. Honestly, I think I had a wake-up call like, girl, that nigga won't shit anyway. But anyway. So I think we went out again. Did anything happen at work in between then?
No. Other than us, we were just like talking, communicating more, whatever. But the next time that we went out, I mean...
We went to Buffalo Wild Wings for real this time. And this time I put my best, like, I want my best.
No, yes you did.
I was really just regular. And you know I dress like that regular now.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, like...
She be lying.
No, I'm just saying. It's like, she knew I was going to be there, so it was like...
Period.
Let me put on this outfit.
No, I did.
Why you always lying?
Yeah,
Girl,
don't take.
Don't do
It's
that.
crazy, yes, because as soon as she walked in or whatever, who's the first person that said you look good?
My best friend.
Oh my
No.
God.
No, it was
lying.
Because you was standing up, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, you do look good." Da, da, da.
Don't do him.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So I feel like she did that because she.
No, then y'all, I was just cute, and I was thinking to myself, because the people that were going, it was kind of like, okay, I know everybody else gonna be dressed, you know what I'm saying, to impress, and they were. So I'm like, okay, I'm not about to be wearing no sweatpants and no, you know, like I did when I went to
Denny's.
Yeah, I wasn't finna do that. I was finna step my game up, and if she noticed, she noticed. But anyway, we ended up sitting. All the seats was taken, but I ended up sitting. Yes, don't do that. So you dragging it.
No, I'm not, because
You
I feel
dragging
like when it came time to sit at the table, you really didn't want to sit in front of me or sit near me because you was too nervous to be around
I
me.
was already nervous, so I really didn't want to sit there, but I sat there because I didn't. It was just set up, and I didn't want to, whatever. So I sat here, and I was nervous the whole time.
She
She
didn't
wasn't
talk.
trying to talk either.
What I was talking to her, I would ask her questions. She
answering.
would answer it, and that would be it. Like, you know how you ask somebody, like, or you say to somebody, "Good morning, how you doing?" and they just be like, "Good morning." They don't go back and they say, "Well, how are you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I asked her questions, she would just be like, "Yeah."
I was nervous.
I even asked her, like, is your drink good? Because we were talking about the drinks because I never had it before. And I asked her, was it good? And she just said, like, yeah, it's good. It's okay. That was it. Like, she didn't ask me.
I was nervous. I mean, what do you expect? I ain't never liked no girl before.
She did not ask me if my food was good, if my drink was good, nothing. But even if I tried, like, when I was trying to start conversations, like, I was asking her questions, it was just like one word, and I'm like, man, I'm about to stop talking. Because I'm like, she's not talking to me. But I still said something else, or whatever the case may be. Even we were sitting there talking about, because I said something to you, or I said something out loud about me having my firearm on me or whatever. And I had to go back to the car or whatever. You ain't even say nothing then.
What was I supposed to say?
Nothing, but like, you didn't say nothing. I'm talking about, she was like at the table sitting across from me.
I was on my phone.
Yes, on
Lindy.
the phone.
I was talking to Lindy.
That's it. And you know what's crazy? She was talking to Lindy, who was beside me. So she skipped over talking to me to talk to somebody that was sitting beside me. I'm like, dang.
I was nervous. God. It was nervous, and she was fine AF that night. So I'm just like, whatever. I was nervous. And then again, let's reiterate, I really thought she was in a relationship. So it really won't on no, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of girl. Well, I won't. I mean, I'm still not. But, whatever. So anyway, the night goes on. We really not talking. We go outside. Lindy don't want to go home. So everybody just outside vibing and stuff. Everybody else leave. We all out here, whatever, chilling. Then she left. She ended up leaving. She went home, whatever. We had a conversation about her. We were talking about her pretty much. And Lindy was basically on some, you should just tell her how you feel. Whatever. And I'm just like, she got a girlfriend, stuff like this, blah, blah. But in the end, Lindy ended up convincing me to tell her. So later that night, I did end up, sliding in her DMs or whatever. But I had times. It was what, like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We had left Buffalo Wild Wings at 12, so that means I got home at probably like 12:30, and which means I was talking to my cousin for a good hour and some change before I decided to slide in her DMs. So I don't even remember what I said.
It's on your phone.
Yeah.
I'm sure you kept the message.
Maybe we'll insert it somewhere up here. But I ended up sliding in her DMs, and then right after I slid in her DMs, I went to sleep because I was nervous AF. I think I went to sleep and I deleted because it was Messenger. Mm-hmm. I deleted the Messenger app because I was nervous. I was that nervous. Y'all was so nervous. Never did that before. I never had to slide in nobody's DMs before. But I also felt like if I ain't sliding in her DMs, it was never gonna happen. So I just slid in her DMs.
I responded back. You was basically saying like you didn't want to say nothing because you thought I had a girlfriend, and I told you that I didn't. And I didn't say nothing to you the entire time because you were in a relationship. And I felt like, what type of person would I be to, as soon as you break up with somebody, to automatically hop in your DMs? Even though the whole entire time that we was working together, I wanted to talk to her, or I thought she was cute. I liked her. I liked the way she carried herself. And I felt like I just wanted to get to know her more. I still wasn't going to say, oh, let me just hop in her DMs as, like, while she heartbroken over the last relationship she was in. I just felt like as a friend, like, that wouldn't have been cool for me to just try to slide in while she's vulnerable, sad and all that. So I gave her the time to herself before I said anything or before I was going to say anything. She just got to it before I did. Because you never know, like, when somebody's ready for a relationship, especially, like, me being a friend and me knowing that she was heartbroken over or upset about it. Other than me asking, like, are you good or whatever, I would have never known she was ready to, be back in a relationship or even dating for that matter. So that's the reason why I didn't ever say anything. Eventually, I would have. She just beat me to it. Yeah. So
I was tired of waiting.
And she keep on saying tired of waiting, but it was only like a month because this was the end of August, right? But what I'm saying is that it wasn't that long. It was maybe like a month or whatever. At the end of like August is when she sent me a DM or whatever after we had been out that night, and I sent her a DM back telling her, basically like I liked her as well,
and she gave me her number.
Yeah, and I sent her my number, but it still took her some time before she even texted me. So I'm like, oh, maybe she's not gonna text me.
Girl, it was the morning time. I was tired.
I'm just saying.
I text you.
Yeah, you did, but I'm just saying it took a minute before you text me.
You sent me
because you remember that day, right? But you didn't text me until you got up because remember you was going to your dad's house or something like that. So you didn't text me until you got up and was like leaving to go there because we were texting while you were on the way there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That was like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
9 something in the morning. So
when I got up.
So I'm thinking to myself like, oh, maybe she didn't really want the number because it took her that long to respond. So I'm just like, she must not want the number for real.
Y'all, I was excited for real. That was her take. When I got up and I actually seen that she actually messaged me back and sent me her number, I text my cousin on some girl. I was lit, y'all. Like, I kind of expected her to be on some like, oh, well, yeah, I do have a girlfriend, but we can still be friends, blah, 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 blah. That's what I expected. But, nope.
Nah. Not at all.
And from there, we literally have been inseparable.
Yeah.
Like, no cap.
Literally. when I first got her number, or when she first started texting me, we would stay up all night texting. Even though I had to be at work at like 6 o'clock in the morning, I would be up till like 2 o'clock in the morning texting her. Sometimes 3 texting her. I would fall asleep, get back up, and start texting her again. All of that.
The goat.
Then we went on our first date.
Oh yeah.
Should we tell that?
Or should we wait?
We can wait. My first date, and then ever since then, it was like that was it.
I was nervous, y'all.
We was together every day. Like, we would go to work and then still hang out with each other after work.
We would be together at work. She would stay over.
Yeah, I was doing crazy overtime just to be around her at work.
When she
Like,
came to my house.
I was getting off of work, supposed to get off of work at 2. I would stay till like 6, 7, 8 hours over my time just to be there with her at work. It was crazy.
When she could have just came to my house.
But you was at work.
You could have came to my house after work. But that's how we met. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's everything. We didn't really have any different stories. I was about to say we're here now a whole year later.
Almost a year.
Whole year later.
It's crazy. But yeah, that's the story. I mean, it really wasn't much, but that was how we got here.
Yeah, it's a whole lot. We got a lot of stories to tell.
To
A whole lot of stories to tell. But we got our channel now, so
stay tuned.
we definitely gonna be throwing some videos out there.
Yeah, we gotta come up with a lot, but we definitely got stories to tell.
We got stories to tell. We got a lot of content, you know, that we can put up here. So definitely gonna be doing our videos. You so fine.
You fine.
You finer.
You the finest.
Hey. It's not slow-mo.
Y'all for watching.
Us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my